Did you see that? Darnell Washington just jumped on top of a washing machine. Okay? Well, washer, whatever you want to call it. That's not normal. That's the type of guy that Georgia's getting in this brand new tight end. I mean, Georgia hasn't had a tight end this athletic probably since Ben Watson, and he wasn't really used a lot in his sort of heyday at Georgia in 2002, 2003. I'm sure Ben could jump on top of a washer like that, but there's not. And Georgia's had a lot of really good tight ends. I mean, you start with Larry Brown in the 90s and just go forward with Randy McMichael, Leonard Floyd. They have had some really good tight ends. Isaac Nada was an extremely athletic tight end, but Darnell Washington might be a little different than everybody else. Obviously, he's very motivated to be successful. He has a child right now. That's going to be a very motivating factor for him. But just seeing the work that he put in the offseason, now that doesn't guarantee you success. Any sort of thing can happen. You can become injured. There's a million different things. I'm just saying, in the 20 years that I've covered Georgia and the 15 years of athletics before I started covering Georgia, you don't see a lot of guys that just, my workout involves jumping on top of a washer. That's not real common or normal. So tell me what you think about what Darnell did. I find it pretty amazing that someone could just it wasn't just once, this was multiple times. And I know people do this workout a lot, with the jumping onto squares that's what we used to call it. But just to see it done over and over again, and just the reality that that's not a square, it is, but that thing could tip over. That's not a regular workout machine, if you want to call it that. That's a thing that you wash clothes with. And this guy's out there jumping on top of it, and it's not. He's jumping on top of it in a way that he's amazingly landing safely. So it's quite an athletic feat. And if you watched him play high school football like Matt DeBerry did, or if you saw an all-star game, you see how big he is, how well he can move. He is a guy that could change what Georgia is doing on the offensive side of the ball. That Georgia's had some good tight ends, for sure. But this guy could be very different than the ones that we've seen in the past. He could really bully people, and he can start doing that in 2020. Eric Gilbert, that went to LSU from Marietta, that guy is a freak. This guy is a freak as well, Darnell Washington. I want you to check out this playlist we've got for you right here about Georgia's 2021 recruiting class. It's got everything you need to see about guys like Brock Vandergriff. You're going to want to make sure to check it out. There's a slew of guys. At the time I'm taping this, there's 8 kids committed to Georgia. There's probably going to be more sometime soon. Dean Legge for Dog Post, making you a smarter Georgia fan. We'll see you over on this playlist.